People, you know that sound, the Unfiltered band, which means, yes, another episode of Unfiltered coming your way here and now. This one officially will go down as episode number 180. Opening day, my love letter to the game. Happy to have you on board, part of our game in the Unfiltered Revolution, which you can get on board anytime along the way on Twitter at Casey Stern. Jump in the bio, get in the YouTube channel, like and watch all the videos and conversations and interviews and rants and lists and then some, and be a part of things there as well. And of course, for most of you are Apple, Spotify, iTunes, and everywhere where you get your podcasts. We appreciate you being on board as well. Before we get started, we also appreciate the folks who make this possible. We are presented, as always, by our good friends at BetOnline. BetOnline, major number one source for your college basketball betting this season. Analysis of every play, prop, and point at BetOnline. You'll get the latest odds, bracket contests, team matchups, and game trends over at BetOnline. Updated odds for everything from the live games, conference championships, right on through the Final Four and the championship game. BetOnline is your college basketball headquarters this season. Head over to the website today. Use your mobile device to sign up and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Be sure to use the promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to receive your bonus. It's betonline.ag. That's betonline.ag. where the game starts. We are on the eve of getting started. As I do this here and put it out, it'll be the eve of opening day. Let's start with this. A basketball season has its first night. And I was, happened to be part of, what is it, Turner, some of those and the festivities that surround it, and the NBA does a great job. Football has an opening night. Get a couple of cities, everybody prime it in, you get your fantasy football rosters ready, it's great. NHL has an opening night. You try and get out there, especially if it's a home opener and you're a fan, and be a part of it all. But there is only one of one, that is opening day. Opening day hits different. When I was a kid, and if you grew up a baseball fan, it gets passed on to you. Opening day is a national holiday. Opening day is Christmas. Opening day is something special. Get a chance to go with your mom, your dad, your kids, your friends. And I remember at times when I was in high school, missing school, doing whatever was necessary. I had to get out there to Shea Stadium. I had to beat the home opener for sure. And even better if it was overall opening day, where, of course, that franchise better than any in terms of record opening days in this sport. But there's a different feel when you drive up to the building and it's opening day. You already know who's on the roster. You've already watched spring training. You've seen all the interviews now on social media, and you know that your new players you've been excited for. Whether you're a Met fan, it happens to be Verlander this year and Scherzer the year prior, among others. Kodai Senga, not going to name them all. Whether you're sitting there and it's Jose Abreu for you if you're an Astros fan, Trey Turner if you're in Philadelphia, or wherever you might be. Even though you've already seen those players, there is something about use the WWE term, the cheap pop you get to give those players when they toe that line and they are starting and they are there for that first game, that first announcement, that first introduction, not at the spring training field or park, not online on social media, not on Twitter, on Instagram, not on TikTok, nowhere else, not at a press conference at a podium, but they are there to introduce themselves to you, the fan, at the stadium for the first time. It is a different kind of a feel. The talks opening day are different than they are any other day in the season in any other sport. They are different when you call and you text your friends in the morning and you start that thread that you'll have all year long. They are different when you get into the parking lot and you begin your tailgate. They are different at the bathroom stall when you look to the right or the left. Don't look down. And you say, what do you think? Or you look in the back of the jersey and say, dude, you got Verlander already? How pumped are you? And you're in it to win it. Because every team, despite the fact that you'll see, you get odds of, Fangraphs, whoever does it, 0.000, which, by the way, you can't have those odds because you're playing. So you got to have a 0.00001 exponentially, however, it can't be zero. But every team's starting 0-0. Every team is tied for first. Every team is in it to win it, and you are there representing your team. to show that excitement, that endorsement of what this season is going to be. And the amazing thing, and I felt it in all the spring trainings that I covered, and you feel it as a fan in every opening day you're at, because it could be at PNC Park, gorgeous stadium. It could be anywhere. Don't matter. It could be in Nats Park, even this year. And there's something you're excited about. There's a feel that's different. Now, certainly that is, magnified at a much bigger level if you're in New York or Houston or Toronto or Seattle or Atlanta or Philadelphia or St. Louis or San Diego or Los Angeles, just to name not only a few, but maybe the only few. Texas, Jacob deGrom high, right? Angels, Trout and Ohtani high. And you could find different things. But even a Pirate fan is sitting there and saying, I am out here in the best colors in the league, by the way, in my opinion. And I am out here at this park, as gorgeous as any in the league, in my opinion. And it is opening freaking day, and it is a holiday. And I am sharing, and I am paying it forward, and I am passing it along, or being it passed on to that torch, that conversation, that Little League fan and player who loves his team, who gets to go there with the family, be off from school and be there for opening day because you got tickets and you're there for where baseball should be played in the afternoon when possible, with that sunlight and the sunglasses on, little bit of a breeze, hopefully not freezing your asses off in a city you shouldn't be playing in the beginning of April, late March, and you are just jacked up. It is a different feel. I feel it discussing it with you. You feel it when you're in it to win it. You feel it when you're at the park, and the players, in talking to them over the years, they feel it in the field. There's a different feeling for them. No, it's not the postseason, but it's that first day in a long set of days before you get there that's going to feel that way for them and for you and for the vendors and for everybody. It's like opening up a restaurant for the first time, like the first day of high school. It is a birth of a season for you. For everyone else, it may just be Thursday, but for you, tomorrow, as I take this on Wednesday afternoon, it is a different day. It is a holiday. And you are penning a love letter to that game that means so much to you, because baseball hits different, and opening day hits different. You got stories all over the league every year. I'm not going to sit there and tell you, well, this is going to be the year that's better than any. But you got great stories. You got rule changes to follow and complain and bitch and moan about. You got an Ohtani watch for whatever team he's going to play for next. You're watching your own team and injuries and issues that already have hit teams like in New York and in LA, among other places. How are these things going to be answered? Where will the dark horses and the surprises come from? Who is going to outwill and outlast, to use the Survivor terms, the rest in their division? How about the guys on your fantasy teams that you're following on your phone while you're in the building watching your own team, because their opening days are starting and overlapping? And how can I watch it on my phone? And how many ways can you soak up and suck in any bit of baseball that you can? And I'm telling you, if you are out there at opening day today or tomorrow, or if you watch this on a Thursday, today, or whatever day it is for you, don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. Take it from me as a diehard baseball fan, and I haven't been inside a stadium in about 2 calendar years. And I miss it. Not a 2 calendar seconds goes by that I don't. Never take for granted that we sat there during the pandemic and you couldn't go to games. Never take for granted that you didn't have the option to get to a stadium and to be there and to feel that feeling, especially on opening day or on a great day or on a postseason day or on a big day or a big night, an opening night where you're feeling like you're in church. I mean, you're at some, for me, like at a Bruce show, at a Springsteen, you are feeling that different thing where everybody on that page, because even if people rooting for the other team that's in your park, if the Yankees or Red Sox or somebody like that, Cubs, happen to be in your stadium on opening day, everybody rooting for baseball, everybody there for the same religion that we all pray to and love and adhere to and share, and that is this great game, because it's the best it is, ever was, and ever will be. If you think it's too long or not long enough, you think it's too fast now when you didn't think it was fast enough, there is no game that is better than this one. None. There is no game that's got the strategy of this one. None. The majestic nature, the romanticism, the ins and outs, the in-depth, everything. Inject it into my veins and let's go because it's opening freaking day. I love this sport. You love this sport. Remember that. Because some of you, your team's going to suck and you're going to hate it soon. Your fantasy team's going to go into crapper. You're going to find a way to hate it for that soon. You're going to realize the parking you pay. Complain about that. You're going to not like the rules. You wish the shift was back. You wish we could shift to smaller bags. More stealing, less this, more that. There's always going to be, it's like everything else in our damn lives in 2023. We always soaking up in this world. This ain't a country thing. This ain't, what city you're in. It's everybody where we're all soaking up everything we don't have and we're never paying enough attention to what we do. I met so many people in my life who live their life that way, and you just want to get them on the noggin and say, McFly, are you kidding me? And they ain't going to see it. Time for you and me to see it. It's opening day. Have trouble going to sleep tonight. Sit there and be planning. Get there hours in advance and be like, what the hell am I here so early for? Why am I here so early? Because it's opening day. Why am I off from work and I'm home with TVs on or wherever you're going to be? Because it's opening day. Why am I at the bar with my friends? Because that's the tradition of what we do opening day. Why are you there with dad or your son or your mom or your brother or your sister or your cousin? Or you're dragging a wife or a husband because you want them to get that feeling because it's opening day. Inject all that into all of us. This is a special sport. It's a different game. I love the game of basketball. Played it most of my childhood, more than any other sport. Still play it often. Covered it. Love it. Not baseball. Love football. Not baseball. Hockey. Love hockey. For different reasons, but it ain't baseball. The romanticism you feel and what it can give you and what it means to see the jerseys that walk into the park when you're there and every single name bringing up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 48 stories that you're telling to your dad or grabbing onto your mom and you're saying, oh my God, did you know that this, when you're sitting there at the stand and you're just at Shake Shack telling these stories. You're just getting a hot dog and a popcorn telling these stories. Inject all that into my veins. It is a different sport. It is a different beast. Nothing is perfect. Baseball's not. Your teams are not. Your fantasy roster is not. You and I are not. But if there has ever been anything more imperfectly perfect or perfectly imperfect that has existed in this earth more than baseball is, I don't know what that is. Enjoy opening day. Enjoy this season. Take every time that you can to stop and smell those roses because they are among us every year with this sport. I love this game, and so do you. Let's play ball. Unfiltered, as always, brought to you by a good friend.